Welcome back. Thank you again for staying with us, and thank you to Germanna Community College for their sponsorship of our broadcast. This is a story we reported on several times before. Each time it's gotten a little crazier. It began with a comparatively small crime and ended up with a murder for hire conviction. Back in 2017, Cassie Crisano, a former Prince William County police officer, committed insurance fraud, claiming items were stolen from her house. She received a fairly large settlement. The supposedly stolen items were subsequently recovered, and it was apparent to sheriff's deputies that fraud was involved. The items in question were kept by police as evidence. Ms. Crisano, believing they were in storage at the Stafford County Public Safety Building, decided to enlist the help of her boyfriend to burn down the public safety building in order to destroy the evidence. The thing is, her boyfriend was facing his own criminal charges of sexual assault in Maryland.
Quite a couple.
In exchange for possible leniency, he chose to turn her in. Police used this information to make an arrest before she had a chance to launch her scheme, and because of the information turned over to them, they had plenty of evidence of the planned arson. However, that's not all she had in mind. After expressing her desire to have a certain law enforcement and personnel at the Commonwealth's Attorney's Office killed, police decided to launch a sting and put her in contact with a hitman who, of course, was an undercover cop. They gathered enough intel to know she was serious about her threats. The end of the story came last week when a jury in Stafford County found her guilty of attempted murder for hire and recommended a sentence of 81 years. In Virginia, a judge can reduce a jury's recommendation verdict, but he can't increase it. Either way, it's likely she will be in jail a very long time.
I'm afraid you're right. We reported on this crime when it first occurred, and we're glad to be able to give you an update. A press release from Stafford County Sheriff's Office states that 3 juvenile suspects were arrested last night by deputies with the Stafford County Sheriff's Office in connection with a homicide that occurred last month at the 512 convenience store in the northern end of the county, just off Garrisonville Road. On July 3, 2019, at approximately 10:15 p.m., deputies responded to the 512 located at 1075 Garrisonville Road after a 911 caller reported that 2 people were shot in the parking lot of the 512 business. Upon arrival, deputies found 2 unresponsive subjects in the parking lot with apparent gunshot wounds to the upper body. The female victim was identified as Laura Guadalupe Gomez de la Cruz, age 18, of Stafford County. She was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. She is alive but remains hospitalized. The male victim was pronounced dead at the scene. He was later identified as Troy Barnett, Jr., age 20, of Stafford County. On the evening of August 19, 2019, a 15-year-old male subject and 2 17-year-old male subjects were taken into custody by the Stafford Sheriff's Office and held at the Juvenile Detention Center. All 3 subjects are students at North Stafford High School. I don't know what to say about that. The suspects are charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, aggravated malicious wounding, and 2 counts of using a firearm in the commission of a felony. During the 5-week-long investigation, detectives executed over 50 search warrants related to the case. Yesterday, 4 search warrants for residents in North Stafford were executed. Evidence was seized, including drugs, firearms, and vehicles. The incident remains under active investigation. Anyone with additional information on the incident is asked to contact Lieutenant Cameron at 540-658-4711. And remember, when you call the Sheriff's Department, you don't have to give your name. The information is invaluable, however.
If you see something or hear something, say something. In a recent Facebook post, Stafford's very own grassroots student-led action committee, Changing Staffords Roads, announced that they will be presenting a bill into our Virginia legislature in response to the death of their friend and classmate Helen Wang, who died as a result of obstructed sight lines on one of the county roads. The Changing Staffords Roads group is working on Helen's Law, a nonpartisan bill that will allow Virginia counties to regulate the removal of vegetation and help speed up the removal process. While this wouldn't remove the need for VDOT, if passed, it would allow them to use private contractors to groom the foliage for improved sightlines. When I contacted Changing Staffords Roads, spokesperson Rebecca Chung said that the bill is not ready yet for public view. It will be available in January after committee review.
And we'll report on it.
Yes, we will be following this bill closely and look forward to reporting on its progress. If you'd like to be regularly updated, you may text the words symbol @changings to 81010. You may follow, like, and subscribe to Changing Staffords Roads on Facebook. You can also go to their website at changingstaffordsroads.org or join the yellow wave at #change4Helen and follow them that way.
Wow, these kids are meeting a tremendous problem and making a huge impact. I actually know they're already working on their own to clear the sight lines of some roads, and that's pretty impressive. The reason behind it is heartbreaking, but they are making some good changes, and I think a lot of good can come out of it.
Yes, absolutely.
It's touching and inspiring, Deirdre. It's a great story.
Yep.
Well, it's time to send you over to George for sports. George?
Thanks, guys. George Kerns here for CVTV Sports. Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, in all groups of high school, college football, and NFL as practices and training camps are underway as we lead into the preseason games with the Washington Redskins at the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens are playing host to Jacksonville. Star lineman Trent Williams is still holding out, and top running back Ezekiel Elliott of Dallas is not reported to camp and is prepared to hold out all season unless he gets a new deal. He still has 2 years remaining on his contract. Former wide receiver Jordy Nelson of the Oakland Raiders has announced he is retiring and will sign a one-day contract to retire as a member of the Green Bay Packers. He's retiring after 11 seasons, 10 of them with Green Bay. In MLB news, the Washington Nationals are 6 games back in their division, trailing the Atlanta Braves. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the best team around with a record of 76-40. Houston is not far behind at 74-40. In NASCAR news, Chris Elliott won this weekend's past race, and the road to the playoffs is starting to heat up. In golf news, Brad Koepka is the #1 golfer in the world. Dustin Johnson is second, and Rory McIlroy is third. Justin Rose is fourth, and Tiger Woods is fifth. He said he has back stiffness, so we do not know when we will see Tiger again. And it's not Brad Koepka, it's Brooks Koepka. In WNBA news, Connecticut and Las Vegas are leading their respective conferences. And in high school football news, soon I will be giving the VHSL report with games from around the area and the state. We will be giving you the rundown on the schedules. We will also give you the CVTV sports schedule. And CVTV has a new sponsor in Hardee's in the Fredericksburg area. They now have 6 stores in Stafford, Fredericksburg, and Spotsylvania area. So come on out to Hardee's, the new store on Route 2, Tidewater Trail, across the street from the 7-Eleven next to Marathon gas station. It's a wonderful store, so come to Hardee's at Tidewater Trail to get some good food and some good service. Well, that's all the time I have for sports. I'm George Kerns for CVTV Sports. Back to you guys.
That's all we have for you today. We thank you for welcoming us into your home.
And we at CVTV would like to offer one more thank you to Germanna Community College, our sponsor. You can find your future at Germanna. I'm David Kerr.
And I'm Deedra Haven. We'll
see you next time.